All right, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys one of the best corner routes in the game. And what you want to do is, if you're not using the Patriots playbook like I do, you can find it in your own. I'm sure your playbook has at least one of these corner routes in. The one I'm talking about is from the single back tight Y flex. You notice that corner route right there. The reason I love these type of corner routes is because they can break against man defense. You can use them against the zone, but I like them against man defense, and I'll show you guys why. Before we start, drop a like, subscribe, become members. Full scheme breakdowns are in the members area. Championship dollar defense. You need to learn how to use dollar. Big nickel's on the channel, but I might drop a full scheme for big nickel just for you guys that want it. We'll do a big nickel scheme. We have the wild trips Pats, the wild trio week. We have the trips tight end. We have Skimbles offenses defense, the 3-3 cub, all that in the members area for a very small fee. So make sure you take advantage. Now, if you know me, I was playing Ultimate Team, so I can tell you for a fact that everything that I show you, even if it's in regs, it's gonna work in Ultimate Team. All right, because 40 plus Super Bowl wins in. I got fatigued, tired of the mode, man, because it's exhausting trying to keep up. If you're not spending money, you have to play every day. Every day, there's just no question, or you're behind it. So anyway, tight Y off flex, name of the play, under Z curl. Show you guys this corner route against what, cover one first. Now, what's cool about using the Bengals is you'll notice that Burrow's abilities is sideline deadeye, which is perfect pass accuracy on throws outside the numbers. What does this mean for us? He has set feed lead, fearless, and sideline deadeye. This guy is a corner route throwing monster. All right. Literally, the thing that cannot be stopped in this game, corner routes. So what does this also mean? Every pass that I throw could be a high ball. It can be a high ball outside the numbers, and it should be accurate most of it. I'm not gonna say it's all the time, but most of the time, which is going to prevent picks. So right here, we can go ahead and just take X, put him on a zig, right? And then we're gonna snap the ball if we have the time. We high ball this, and I messed that up because I clicked on and moved the receiver. Shambles for me. You don't wanna do that, okay? So zig again, block the running back like this, and then we're gonna high ball this over his head. Secure catch that, and it's off to the races against that man defense. So even if you're playing regs, you're struggling with the man defense, put Chase in that position. This guy's already an X factor, which is insane to me, right? Again, we're gonna high point this right over their heads, and see, that's an incompletion. Doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time you're gonna complete those. Trust me, I was playing Ultimate Team. I threw a lot of incompletions trying to throw the high ball, but for the most part, if you see that he's got the space, you can just bullet past that, catch and run. That's why this corner route is probably one of the best in the game, because it's virtually unstoppable, especially with the abilities equipped. So I'll try to highball this over his head. He can't pick it. It's what you considered almost tight coverage, and I'll show you guys what I mean in instant replay. You'll see the break, decent coverage, but being that we have the abilities with the Bengals, this is why the Bengals are going to be brutal to use as far as regs go. Because this guy, you can't pick it, right? The pass is just perfect. And that's gonna happen a lot because of his ability. And if I get one of them in X Factor, what is Joe Burrow's running gun? Make consecutive passes for 5+ yards in air. I'm at 2 of 5 before I get my X Factor. And then my Jamar Chase has runoff elite, grants more convincing runoffs. Diving catches and swats for acrobat, mid-end elite, and mid-out elite. So improved catching on medium passes outside the numbers. I mean, we're talking about a corner route team, son. And I would recommend you guys, since corner routes really are the hardest, you'll see the high ball after high ball getting completed with just this duo. Now that's just man defense. What does it do against like the man blitz? Remember, we have fearless, so the blitzing shouldn't be a problem either. So let's just try concept man blitz. We'll do random, and I'll go ahead and max protect like this. So now we have max protect with a zig route. And let's see what we get away with here. Eyeball this again, right there. That's gonna happen. Again, this is goal line defense, but it's okay because remember, don't forget, you still have these zig routes. It's very hard to stop. They really didn't have nobody covering Chase in that. That's just shambles for that, man, because that you don't want to run goal line in the middle. They're still running goal line, bro. They're still running goal line. It's the same damn play. And they actually made Chase run his route different. How insane is that? Anyway, again, here we go, zig route. We want to hit him with this high ball right here. Boom. We didn't have to use the high ball there, but you can. It's there for you, you know? But if you have that space and you see, you can just bullet pass it. Again, one more time. We're just gonna bullet pass this time. go up the field. Like I said, it reminds me of the plays that from tight flex. You guys remember I used to run tight flex a lot with slot corner. It's almost damn near the same play, you know, with that corner route. Back in the day, I used to use Beasley in that position, and it was just money from the Cowboys. But what about zone? Zone it's still easy because you could just run a clear out. So it's assuming they're running cover 3. Typically, all you want to do is just run a clear out. So what I mean by that is taking X, putting him on a streak, and running a clear out like this. Now, alternatively, you could block your tight end and put your running back on an out like this. So you could hit either or, whoever's open first. Looks like it's a hard flat. We come back and hit the corner route. Now, what I like about this corner route is how he cuts it, right? How he cuts it. Now, I have the X factor. I can chunk it over their heads because it is or I would actually go to the personnel, move him to the outside, then motion him out and throw the one play TD over their head because I have the ability, or I have, double me on him. Wins aggressive catches versus single coverage. And then I have Grant's perfect passing while on the run. So both of them in X factors. I'm talking about, like I said, offensive powerhouse as far as ability is concerned and how they synergize together. See, that's the idea. That's the trick, is the synergizing of these abilities together to make it damn near unstoppable as far as this play. But back to what I was saying, we can go ahead and run X on a clear out, RB on this route right here, block the tight end just so we can limit it to one side. And if your running back is open, then you hit your running back. You'll notice a cover 3 match, and the matchup principles from cover 3 are actually going to hurt you. So be careful with those. Remember to pay attention. Alternatively, we can run seams. You want to run seams, you can, streaking everybody, motioning them out. And if the outside third sits low right there, then it's one play tutties against cover 3. Simple as that. Same idea applies when it is cover 2. Cover 2 is a lot easier because a lot of the times you're going to just be able to hit underneath routes, right? But this play right here is phenomenal. You can blend it in with the run plays they have in here. But what we can do is we can go ahead and streak, block the tight end, RB. Again, same setup. Same thing against this cover 2, right? We got RB right here. We're underneath. Now we have Mixon get me 7-8 yards, maybe 9, depending on where they mark it. What you're doing is you're waiting for them to force the hard flat issue, you know? Again, we're underneath. Now we can wait for a zone break against that cloud flat. This is what do you call it? You want to treat this like cover 3, right? You can go ahead. If you see this cover 3 shell, even if it's cover 2 invert, you treat it like it's cover 3, and it should be like literally wide open because there's going to be nobody in that area. So that's just money, you know? But again, you see that cloud flat or a hard flat, you could try to wait to get behind. They're going to run the same thing. I'm just going to snap the ball and throw it away. Cover 2 invert, do not run that on defense. If you're running that on defense, you're hurting yourself. Do not waste your time. They're going to do it again. And like I said, you could just go over their heads. Cover 2 invert's pretty much the worst defense in the game. I'd rather run 3 deep before I run cover 2 invert. And they're going to run it over again. Let me just pick a cover 2 because that's hell. Now, I don't know what it will do. Let me go ahead and just pick Tampa 2. There's a lot of cover 2 inverts in there. Let's do Tampa 2. And I'm going to run the streak. And let's see what happens when I smart route. That's the same thing. Again, you could try to wait and then highball this over the cloud flat, but right there, you'll see that it's too close. Take your underneath, all right? Because it's not the best corner route to beat zone, but it is the best one to beat man. And that's where the meta is. The meta is the man. So again, we have this, we have B right here. Boom. Just run something to the left side with that corner route. So if they play a hard flat, you can hit that corner route. And it's a very easy read. You run this the same way against cover 4. Cover 4 should work the same way, a lot better. You just run a clear out. Make sure you're running a clear out against that cover 4 because those quarters will sit with you if you do not make that adjustment. Let's go ahead and do cover 4 quarters. Let's see how this reacts to cover 4 quarters. So remember, this is the Patriots offensive playbook. I'm just looking at my left side. You can do whatever you want to the right side, but I just want to see how this plays out. Boom, corner, corner. Okay, so they play it fairly well in cover 4 quarters. Okay, so be careful with that. So you're gonna have to get a little, what do you call it? A little adjusty. You're gonna run a mesh concept pretty much, streak A. See what we get away with here. Forcing the issue. forcing them to switch. That was crazy right there in that cover 4 quarters. Just by simply running a mesh concept, we're able to get this corner route open still. Easy money. Now, what I do recommend is going back to the high ball if you're going to be doing that. So again, go ahead and go back to the high ball. And we overthrew that, but that's the play. Don't really want to use that against cover 4 quarters. It's like I said, this is a play to destroy man defense. So if you're having trouble with the man blitzes and man, you're using the Bengals, you have a play right here in your arsenal that will just destroy. Drop a like on today's video. Love you guys, man. Peace.